What's up, YouTubes? It is BD2Easy with another Town Hall 10 attack video. Last one totally fucked the audio up, so I apologize for that. Hopefully this one's a little bit better and we can enjoy a nice hit that I had in this war, which I believe was random. Sons of Anarchy, 85-84. Great war. They had a little bit of an advantage, so I'm kind of surprised we actually won, but we did, so pretty dope. And I actually hit number 8, which I believe is a max defense Town Hall 10. And this was a fresh hit, actually, which was pretty crazy that I actually pulled it off. So let's draw it up. Let's take a look. Let's do this thing. So here is the base. First thing you notice, obviously the Infernos, bit isolated. We've got the heroes in the middle, and the 2 sweepers in the middle too. So that's going to be a bit of an issue if we're coming in with air, which, you know, is kind of my go-to hit for Town Hall 10. So what I'm going to do here, after looking at this base, you know, obviously we want to take out the CC, 1 Inferno Tower, an air defense, the heroes, namely the Queen. We don't really care about the King, to be honest, but, you know, it'd be nice to take him out too. And the sweepers are going to be a key factor. So, with that, we'd have 3 ADs left. We'd have a couple spells on our loons, and we would just mass loon clockwise, counterclockwise, whichever way we decide to go in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with an entry from 3 o'clock, dropping in, I'll zoom out a little bit, dropping in the golem so that it comes here, and that's going to pull the fire of every defense, every single one, which is going to be key. So here comes the golem. AQ is going to go right behind. And then we're going to make a nice wide funnel with a couple wizards. Whoops. Let's say right here and right here. So we want to take out these 3 buildings is really all we need to do with that. And that's going to push our queen this way. So she's going to take out a couple of these garbage buildings. She's going to move in, take out these defenses, go this way. That's the goal with the kill squad. So we've got our golem coming in. We've got our whiz taking this out. We've got our queen behind. And then we've got, of course, our barbarian king is going to come in here. And then he's going to go from camp to camp. And that's going to be key, so we want him to end up over here. So when our wall breakers come in and open up this wall, he'll have nowhere to go but inside the base, and he's going to lock onto the enemy king. If we take a look, we can see that the king does leak over the wall. So should lock onto the enemy king, and that'll pull him into the base. And we're going to bank on the same thing with our CC. We're going to drop over here. This is all going to be cleared out, so should go right into the base. And at that point, you know, the CC is not going to trigger. It looks like the CC and the queen trigger at the same time, so we're really hoping that our king takes out everything in terms of if the CC is a hound, that's going to lock up our queen, so we need that king to take her down. Then the next step, we have a jump spell right here. That's going to push our king into the Inferno compartment, our bowlers into the Inferno compartment, take out the sweeper. And that's really the goal of the kill squad, is to take out this whole section. And then maybe the sweeper here. Maybe if we get some bounces off the bowlers, if we're lucky, we can take out a few more defenses. But that's the idea here. So let's zoom back out. Take a look at this base and see what's left. So we're gonna assume this is all down, right? Now we're looking at this base. How do we approach it? I'm going to say the sweeper's down too. I think our queen will be able to take that out. So the sweeper right here, pointing at 12 o'clock, or pointing to 12. So obviously we're going to come from the bottom. We're going to have a bunch of loons, pretty heavy on the early. We'll drop a haste spell here. Of course, the hound's going to come in this way to this AD. And then we've got just a few loons all the way around the base. And everything's going to kind of push through. We're going to save another haste probably for about there once it comes into the range of the other air defense. And then we've got a rage and a freeze. Those will be our final two spells, and obviously we're saving the rage for all of these defenses. We'll drop the freeze here on the Inferno, the AD, the Wizard Tower, and then our final loons will come in this way and kind of push everything towards the middle of the base where all this stuff is. We don't want our loons leaking out towards the edges, so that's the key. You know, lots of loons. I think 24 loons. Let's take a look at the army comp here. So we've got 23 loons. We've got, you know, trying to keep our kill squad as light as possible. I'm going to get rid of this. So we've got 2 wizards, and then 2 wizards for cleanup, and 4 minions for cleanup. Everything else is loons. So let's check it out. Golem goes down. Immediately, all 3-point defense lock on. Our wizards are sitting there untouched. They're going to make a nice wide funnel, and our queen is going to go in and start taking out these point defense. Eventually, our golem's taking a pretty big beating here, but that's okay. Our wizard's helping out on that archer tower, and in go the wall breakers. They actually open up that second compartment, which is not ideal, but that's okay too. King goes in, locks onto the enemy king. The rage comes down. That's going to cover the heroes, the bowlers. Bowlers do a nice redirect around the wall there. That was pretty key. And we got 2 Teslas popping in the core. We've got a Tesla popping on the Inferno here. And the Inferno actually doesn't go down. The queen gets stuck on the CC. The Inferno roasted all of our bowlers and our king, so really not the ideal situation. But we just throw a couple more loons in on the initial push, and everything should go right into the Inferno. So that's what's going to happen here. And there you go. So we've got a bunch of loons right on top of that Inferno. That's no big deal. And our queen is going to come over, take out the CC, and it looks like the sweeper. And we're just sprinkling in our loons. And this was kind of a mistake here. The second haste spell goes down a little bit early. There's really not a whole lot taking it out. You know, I think I could have held off on that one a little bit. I could have saved some of these loons here. Probably on that cannon and archer tower, which was... The cannon was here, archer tower's here. Probably could have put 3 loons for both of them. I think that would have been fine. And, you know, just save a couple more loons for 12 o'clock. So we're going to propel all of our loons towards this next AD. Our hound is still up. There goes the rage spell. And now I've got only 2 more loons for this backside mortar. So... that's going to go down, and it's going to push everything from the archer tower to the wizard tower to the expo. And then at that point, you're kind of hoping that it makes a nice funnel for these loons on the backside that are going to be trailing to hit that Inferno, but not the best funnel, certainly. So everything's going upwards, and this is exactly what I was worried about. And then there come the loons from the back that are trailing, and they bust down that Inferno. Everything else gets pretty roasted. We've got that wizard tower, the skeleton traps, and the air defense. So at this point, we've got a queen and basically our cleanup troops. And she's got the ability, because she got stuck on that town hall back in the beginning of the raid, so she never needed it for the Inferno. She never got locked on by the point defenses because we tanked for her. Started the air at the right time. And she's going to come around the base with the help of everything else. I dropped the minions, I dropped the remaining archer just to kind of absorb some of these hits from the archer tower, but it was never really close. She never took any damage. And it's literally just the queen left at the end of this raid. She's going to just absolutely clutch it and pop the ability. And there it is. Fresh Town Hall 10 3-star, absolutely nuts. I mean, a lot of things had to go right for that raid to work out. The funnel was very nice. The king didn't take down the Inferno, which was an issue. But the queen never used her ability, and that ended up being the difference. I think maybe if that didn't happen, maybe she wouldn't have made it through that archer tower and wizard towers and bomb tower at the end. But there you have it. And just so I can show you what happens when things don't go right, I'll show you my other raid on number 12. So here we have a similar attack, creating a funnel at 6 o'clock with Baby Drag and a Wiz. We've got a bunch of junk here. At the same time, we're dropping our archers out of range at 9 o'clock, and that's where we're going to create the left side of our funnel. Golem goes down with the queen. Start clearing out that trash, and you can see what I'm trying to do here is push everything towards this junction right here, where I can drop the jump, and then get the king, the bowlers, the queen, all under a rage spell to take out this Inferno, this queen, and then eventually the CC. So it's looking pretty good so far. Queen's not taking any damage. The golem is tanking perfectly. The king comes in. The golem hits a jump. Drop the rage a little bit early on that on the bowler junction there, but I don't mind that. And then what is happening here? Our queen is shooting the wall. Just totally gets left behind on this raid. Doesn't take the rage spell. I mean, she's got to move, what, like 3 tiles to hit this air defense? Just take the jump. I don't get it. So, these are the things that happen at Town Hall 10. So I fully appreciate how lucky I got on that first raid. King's gonna come over, beat the shit out of this queen, pop the ability, and at this point, I mean, there's just way too much of this base left. I was hoping to have down the sweeper, the expo, all of that stuff. So with 3 air defenses, Teslas, sweepers, the other Inferno, there's just absolutely no way I'm making it through this base with the spells that I have. Going right into the sweeper. First AD stays up. Just absolutely no chance. So that's what can happen when keeping it real goes wrong. I mean, Town Hall 10 will definitely humble you. That's, there's no doubt about that. So, I was really happy with that first attack. I definitely did not expect to get a fresh 3-star. And, you know, I don't want to say it was the difference in this war, but it was definitely a huge hit, and we saved some key attacks. So, yeah, sometimes you get lucky, and it's better to be lucky than good. So, absolutely keep it up. If you have any comments, drop me a line. Otherwise, keep on clashing. Peace out.